everyone, Yensid Organist here, and welcome to another episode of OrgelCraft. I hope you guys are having a great day today. We are here in the wilderness. And no, this is not an area you've probably ever seen before. It might look like it with the savanna and the desert, but there's a ruined portal over there, which I don't think I've explored yet. I'm getting distracted. No, we are here today because of this nether portal that is down here. Any guesses as to where it goes? It goes to our wither skeleton farm. So yes, so I have a couple of projects that I want to work on today here in the nether, and one of them involves the wither skeleton farm, which is likely about to get very dangerous now that I walked in there and the blazes saw me. So the first thing that I want to do is to make this farm a little bit more, what's the word I want? User-friendly, efficient, and efficient in such a way, not that I'm doing any more spawn proofing, which is something that I still need to do, but if we fly on in here, oh, okay, as you can see, we have tons and tons of mobs in here. Also, lots of wither skeletons, so this is not really going to end well because I'm going to end up kicking them through the portal. I did not think this through. But yes, so we have all the wither skeletons, but as you can see, we also have blazes, we have skeletons, we have zombie pigmen. We do occasionally get, I think we get piglin spawning in here. I'm not really sure about that one. But we also get magma cubes that spawn in there. And there they all go. Let's see. Do I have any blocks on me? Oh, I do. All right, let me see if I can place. Hey, guys, this way. I mean, this way. Come here. Okay, I just don't want them to go through there. Yeah, so, you know, we're able to use this, but the problem is, oh, we got a skull. Nice. Okay, that's pretty cool. Hi. The problem, though, is once we dispatch the wither skeletons, more things can spawn, and then you are at the mercy of the you're at the mercy of the spawn cap. And essentially, I either have to fly away and get things to despawn and then respawn, or I just kind of have to run back and forth and hope that things will eventually respawn. Okay, blazes, leave me alone. So, what I want to do is I want to basically put a flying machine in here that will give us a way to sweep all of the mobs out of the farm, and then either crush them, or, you know, send them to an area where I can kill them myself, you know, to get the drops and all of that, and then essentially clean out the farm so we can get new spawns. So that's the first thing that I want to do, and then the whole reason I have the portal there is because I want to actually create an overworld farm for the wither skeletons with charged creepers, so that we can be getting one-to-one drops on the wither skeleton skulls, because if we have charged creepers, then we can bring the wither skeletons through and blow them up individually with charged creepers, so that we can get a skull every time, and that way be able to get more wither skeleton skulls, and be able to get more beacons. So, I kind of need to clear this thing out. So what I want to do, and I'm almost out of rockets, so I'm going to use my last one to get up on top. Essentially what I want to do is build a flying machine on either side of this that's going to sweep things across. And this is going to be kind of fun to work, because I'm obviously going to have to work in there live with the mobs. Yeah, but I'm going to have to do some work on the ends to be able to... What happened to my... I had a whole stack of... Oh, there it is. Of glazed terracotta. But yeah, so essentially, you know, something that sweeps along the edge, and then yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do this on camera because I don't trust myself and I'm not entirely sure what all I need to do, so this could be a long, slow process. But yeah, I'm going to get to work on getting our flying machines built. Welcome back, everyone. So here is the setup that I've got going on. So I have the flying machine sweeper in there. And actually, let's see if we can't sneak in here and take a look at it. All right, so I don't have anything here right now because I did just clear it. But yeah, very simple flying machine. Couple of blocks on either end so that those don't stick. This blaze is going to come and try to get me, and he will fail. So we activate this from above. It will go down. It will sweep all of them through, and then I have a little gap here. We have a whole bunch of hoppers and the killing chamber set up there. Now, I don't have a ton of mobs over here, but I have the same setup on either end, and it took a little bit of figuring to be able to get a wall that would come in, but essentially what we have is just a line of double piston extenders, and then in order to actually be able to get all of the blocks that are on the other side of this, had to alternate the slime blocks and the honey blocks. Finally have a use for all that honey. But this will crush anything that comes down here, and then the hoppers will pick up their drops, and then everything gets retracted. And then if we go up here, now there weren't a ton of mobs in there, so let me fly away a second and see if we can get some more things to spawn over here. Hopefully that'll do well enough. I don't want to get too close because we do want things to spawn. And no, there's nothing spawning in there. Okay. Yeah, and I only have this on one side so far, but eventually, yeah, look at all those piglins spawning down there. That's no good. I'm gonna have to do some more work getting all of this spawn-proofed over here, but I'm just seeing that chest and yeah. All right. So do we have any mobs? Yes. Okay. So we have a few mobs here. So what we can do is come down and activate the flying machine. Really high tech. But then we'll watch as that will go down, and we'll be able to see it. Now, it does kind of bounce some of the things along, but you'll kind of see they'll start moving down, and so then we'll follow that down to the end. And then right now I have a nice little hole here. We'll hopefully see a whole bunch of the mobs drop in. Yep, there we go. Everything's pushed down in, and then if we come down here, we'll activate this. And yeah, lots of magma cubes in there, which do seem to be taking damage. These are a little bit of a problem, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do about that. I think I might actually be able to... No, because what we have going on with these is we have 4 blocks on there and another 4. However, if I brought it down 2, that actually, because of the extra piston, will bring the push limit up to 13, and this won't work. So, one of the things I'm going to have to do is actually set up like a thing that I could come in here and kill them if I wanted to. So that's something that still needs to be worked out. But yeah, there we go. And yeah, so we got a little bit in there. I need to put a chest over here, but I don't currently have any. So, yeah, so that's what we've got so far. Now, what I still need to do is deal with any ghasts in the area, because I'm not going to have you destroying my farm. So, what I need to do is I need to make a way to send these back and forth easily, and I don't have a great system for that yet. I can't decide if I want to have it automatically go or not. I think I'd like the option. So essentially what we need is something that detects when the flying machine comes in, activates this, and then we'd need to put this on a delay clock, probably just a comparator clock, so that it would go long enough to crush all the mobs in there. and then also sends the flying machine back down to the other end. I also need to figure out, I probably want it sitting down here as the default position, so that I can then go through and grab all of the wither skeletons to be able to lure them along and into the portal down at the end there. So yeah, so I still have some more work to do, but I kind of wanted to show you what I had done so far. Yeah, and I'm glad I didn't do it on camera, because trying to figure this out was definitely a bit of a frustrating process. Because I had to figure out exactly how to get all of the double pistons to extend, and had to run back to my base for resources a number of times. So, I need to duplicate this on the other side, and I'm going to work on that, and then get basically the controls to turn this on and off, and just kind of automate everything in the area. So I'm going to be very brave and go through here, because I sent a whole bunch of angry zombie pigmen, and they may still be angry when I come through. Hopefully not. Oh, there's a blaze there. Yeah, lots of things. Yeah, I angered some zombie pigmen and brought them through. I think we'll go ahead and leave them for now. So, oh, there are blazes everywhere out here. So, I want to, I actually want to work on a new farm in this episode. I'm trying to get all of the end portal gateways opened up, and to do that, I actually need ghast tears to be able to create the end crystals. So, I'd like to create a very basic, very small ghast farm in this area in the nether. So, I'm going to work on that, and then I also need to get a creeper farm built up out here to be able to get our charged creepers. So I'm going to get to work on both of those. That's going to take me a little bit of time to get all of those built up, and then I will bring you guys back when some progress has been made. Welcome back, everyone, to our newly constructed ghast farm. So we're up here on the roof of the nether. I had to go quite a ways to find a soul sand valley for this farm to be most effective. This farm was designed by Pixel Riffs. Here's what I'm looking for. And I'm not actually looking through a hole in the glass. So, yeah, so essentially what it does is it creates a spawning platform in a soul sand valley, where the ghasts will spawn, and then you build a glass platform to kind of trap them in, another glass platform above, as kind of the, not really AFK, because this isn't an AFK farm, this is an active farm, but you have holes in the glass so that you can stand up here. This is 24 blocks away from the platform, so you can stand up here with a looting sword and a bow, and essentially walk down, and these holes are in the exact same place down below. The ghasts will spawn down there, and then you can essentially cut them out from here. Now, the spawning rates are a little slow up here. I'm not completely above the... I'm not as high as I could be in the nether to keep things from spawning down below the bedrock. So at some point I will want to go down and probably do some spawn proofing in there. But it's decent enough for the limited amount of stuff that I actually need ghast tears for. It's going to do just fine. It's also 3,500 blocks out. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit obnoxious to have to reach it. But again, for what I need it for, it will do quite well. Now, I will link to this design down in the comments. This was made by Pixel Riffs, as I think I said before. And yeah, if you want to go there, it's really a fairly simple design. You know, you have your spawning platforms and a couple layers of glass, and then I have a minecart rail below with a hopper minecart on it, picking it up and dumping it to the chest down there. Now, if you decide you want to build this in your world, I highly recommend using something other than clear glass, because it's really hard to find the holes. with the clear glass, and I have fallen through several times. I've kind of got used to it, and I know where they are now, so that helps a little bit. But yeah, make it easier on yourself. And is it right there? No. Where? It should be right there, but I think I might have placed... Oh, there we go. Okay, good. But yeah, make it easier on yourself. Put some colored glass in, and it will be much better. And I probably could have made this bigger, but like I said, you know, don't need too much from it. I'm kind of curious. I've been doing this for about 10 minutes, just kind of running. I missed. Yeah, just kind of running around. Gotta be careful this ghast doesn't see me. Hopefully we'll be alright. I think we are just fine. So what do we got? Yeah, so I already have 18 ghast tears and 27 gunpowder, so it's kind of nice that you get the gunpowder too. So I think I'm probably going to spend a little bit more time over here. Let's see if I can pick him off. There we go. Yeah, so that... yeah, just so I can get a few more ghast tears. And then we will go and check out the setup that I've got for the charged creeper farm in the overworld. Welcome back, everyone. We have a creeper charging station, I think we'll call it. I still need to light up the ground. I've done a little bit, but as you can see, a whole bunch of mobs down there. It was also just nighttime, so dealing with that. But I think we have everything set, and I think I'm ready to give this thing a run. So let me give you a little bit of an overview, and then we'll test it out. So up here we have the standard Nembomb mob farm, specially designed to be creeper only. The trapdoors on here will prevent any mobs other than creepers from spawning, and the walls are strategically placed so that 1, the water will continue to flow, and 2, spiders should not spawn. In order to spawn spiders, you need a 3x3x1 space. I believe that I have a wall everywhere that would cut that off, so I'm hoping that that's the case. If not, we'll have to make some adjustments. So, creepers will fall down here, into here, and then eventually they will get pushed down here, where they will sit and wait for me to be ready for them. I realize that actually needs to be there. Then, let's pop right through here. Once I have a whole bunch of them in here, just basically do a couple of cycles, what I can do is come over here, release the water stream, which will then push them through, and then as they go through, I can grab some of my name tags and tag them as they go through. From there, they'll move all the way along down into the charging station. So we have this little area here, and then I have a platform up there that I can land on. I wanted to make sure that it was clear of the mob farm up here. And then when we have a thunderstorm, I can just come along and hit all the creepers from up there, and they should all get charged. I think everything like within the area. And they're all being pushed to this corner. So I don't want to have too many here at a time, because I don't want to deal with entity cramming, but I think with the water will be okay. And I should be able to get at least 24 of them anyway. And then we will have a little system here where a minecart will come in and pick up a charged creeper through there, and then transport it to the area where we are going to kill the wither skeletons. So let's go ahead and turn this farm on and give it just a little bit of a test. So I'm going to prime that there. Let's fly off here, make sure it's working. All those look dark, and look, first thing that spawns is a spider. Of course it is. Alright, well, I'm going to have to add some more things to that. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do about, but I don't think the spiders will go through. So, I'm just going to sit here and AFK for a couple of minutes, just let this run, and then we'll get us some named creepers. Alright, so let's check this out here. First things first, turn off the farm. Second thing second, I hear spiders. Alright, but then let's go check out our chamber down here, which hopefully I remembered to close. And look at all the creatures we have in there. Fantastic. Alright, so let me grab my name tags. Hopefully they're going to go slowly through. There we go. I did get all of them, and that's okay. So, yeah, now it's just a matter of, are the spiders going to get out of the way so that all the rest of the creepers will go through? Whoop. Got him. And that one is stuck. I might want to replace the glass with ice so that they don't get stuck. Or I might have to do the little sign trick, which pushes them... Oh, I missed one. Which pushes them up and around. So we can make that adjustment. That's fine. Let's just do this for now. Okay. And then that's there. They're all in there, making their way down. We'll get them there eventually. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fly away and despawn everything, except the ones who are name tagged. Oh, there's another ruined portal over here. Detour! I don't get distracted easily. Let's see. Anything good? Absolutely not. Golden apple. I'll take that. Even though I can make them easily. Anything good? Feather falling 4. You know, I don't currently have any gold armor, because death. So, I'll pick that up. Alright, but then if we fly back over here, we should see a few creepers along the way, and everybody in the chamber is gone. Excellent. Alright, so how many did we end up with? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now of course this guy wants to come blow me up, so that's fine. So, I have been avoiding sleeping so that I can hopefully trigger a thunderstorm. Have not done that yet. So hopefully we'll actually be able to get one in this episode, and I'll be able to run this all the way through, but we'll make do for now. So, okay. So now what I need to do is I need to work up a little transport system for the creepers, and then I also need to get the portal set to accept the wither skeletons when they come through. And I've got to figure out, because I will have to get them name tagged as well. Maybe, maybe not. I will certainly leave that option. But then we'll need to bring them to an area where we can explode them. And hopefully not have the area explode as well. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of testing on that. I need to move this portal up, and I'm hoping that I can build a secondary portal that I can go through. So that I don't have to come through into a whole bunch of angry wither skeletons. So, yeah. I'm going to keep working, and hopefully we get a thunderstorm here. Also need to get these guys moved over without having them blow up. So that'll be a fun challenge. Welcome to the redstone mess. So, the system is basically done. So we had the setup for the creepers. I went ahead and got the setup for the wither skeletons to come through the portal here and get them flushed forward. And then we have the ability to bring them along, and I feel like there's an extra glass block here that shouldn't be there. Yeah. I don't need any of this, actually. So bring them through here and name tag, and as you can see, I have a few volunteers. That's what we'll call them. Right there. And then we have over here, this line here is what'll actually allow me to kill them. So maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll turn that off a second. So I've got the setup with the dispensers for all of the minecarts, and that is this line here that kind of snakes down and powers this dispenser, and then if we come over here, powers this dispenser, which will dispense minecarts to both chambers so that we can get both a creeper and a wither skeleton. And I'm actually going to snag a few out of here for right now. Place these over here because we're going to give this a test. I have not had a thunderstorm yet, unfortunately. But I want to make sure that, like, everything works. So yeah, so we push a button, we get a creeper and a wither skeleton, and I think I actually need to replace that there. And then, once they get pushed into place, I have pistons here that'll extend, because the charged creeper needs to be in water so that nothing is destroyed here, and I have tested this out in a creative test world, so I know that this works, and they actually don't need to come out of the minecarts, which is really nice. But then, yeah, so the water gets dispensed, and then we have a very basic comparator clock here, because on the turning this system off, the water needs to be taken in before the pistons move, so that clock gives just a little bit of delay on there, which allows the water to come out, and then the pistons all pull back. So that is the system pretty much done, and then I have a portal up there so that I don't have to deal with wither skeletons as soon as I walk through. It's not a completely foolproof system. I did have a wither skeleton get stuck in the portal. I could not get him out. He saw me, he was aggroed on me, but he wouldn't leave the portal. So, not sure. I don't know if maybe he didn't want to walk on the pressure plates or what was going on there. But I know this is going to waste a name tag, but I do want to give this a test and see if it works. So, let me grab my flint and steel out of here. I should also... Okay, I've got my shield. We're going to put that there. Okay. So, I think everything is ready to go. So, if we do that, we should get... Yep. Oh no! My creeper is stuck. I have a wither skeleton, but my creeper is stuck. Why is my creeper stuck? Oh, that's not good. Oh, because there's no rails there. Alright, unfortunately, I'm going to have to kill you. And I'm out of rails. Okay. Oh, how do I get over there? There we go. One rail out of place breaks the whole system. Okay. That's alright. So we have our wither skeleton friend. Oh. I need a button. I need to not fall off the machine. Alright. And he sticks the landing. Okay. So, we're just going to power... No! Ow! I was so intentionally trying to put that on top. Can I stop him? Can I stop him? Oh, wait. What's this? Alright. There we go. That'll work. Save you for later. Okay. So now, we activate this. Well, this is just all kinds of problems. The problem with it being glass... So, did the creeper get stuck? No! Okay, I'm gonna deal with this off camera. I'll be right back. So, I believe the problem was that the rail wasn't moving fast enough, so this guy didn't quite get all the way in. And that's why he wasn't getting pushed over, because essentially he was stuck on this block here, and then the glass just pushed into him because it's a transparent block instead of pushing him over. So, that's fixed now. Should be able to give this a test, so I can just jump in here and put the shield up, and there we go. Yup. So, Wither Skeleton dead. Obviously, we didn't get a skull from him. But yeah, but then we actually do recollect all of our minecarts, so we're able to put them back. So that's how this system works. I did manage to actually trap this. I'm stuck. I did manage to actually trap this guy, so I'm going to have to do something with him. I'm not entirely sure what. Hopefully push him in, and then we'll be able to take care of that later. So yeah, so at this point, all I am waiting for is a thunderstorm. Now, I do want to get some more charged creepers and get some more wither skeletons, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time doing that, and it actually is raining right now. Or not. I thought it was raining. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's funny because I have this river biome right between the savanna. So it rains on the river, but it doesn't rain in the desert or the savanna. Yeah, so I'm going to give this... I don't have a lot more time to record, unfortunately. So, I'll spend a little bit of time getting some more creepers, getting some more wither skeletons, and then just see if maybe we can get a thunderstorm and actually get this working. Otherwise, I will have to do that between episodes, so I'll see you in a little bit. Well, sadly, it does not look like we are going to get a thunderstorm for this episode. Figures, when you want it to happen, it doesn't happen. And I've been awake for I don't know how many in-game days, and just have had absolutely no luck with this. So, yeah, I think we're just gonna have to call it there, and I'll make sure I record a clip. I did get some more creepers. Hello, guys. Yeah, because I need to get this video edited and out, and there's a very small chance. I don't know how many times it's rained without actually turning into a thunderstorm. I'm kind of debating getting the data pack that gives you like a thing that you can use to generate thunderstorms. For how little I actually need it, it might be worthwhile. But we'll see. I'll give it a little bit more time to go naturally, and then we'll see how it goes from there. So that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe and make sure you click that little notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest posts. Be sure to follow me on social media. Almost couldn't say that correctly. Thanks for watching. See you real soon.